Nah, I'm just joking. Maybe Overhaul was just misunderstood. We couldn't understand what he was saying because of the mouthpiece. But that's another theory. Anyways, I'm going to do a quick review of My Hero Academia Heroes Rising for you guys. I was requested to do so. I enjoyed it. Just watched it this afternoon. I want to give you guys a little tidbit. One of the reasons I wear the Overhaul mask is so I can be critical and you guys don't get mad. Because if I'm dressed like Overhaul and I say something bad, I think you guys will be like, well, he's a villain. So that's what villains would say. So this is theory. Let's see. Anyways, I do like the movie and I'm going to tell you guys what I like about it. I felt the emotion. I don't want to tell you guys this, but I am going to tell you guys this. I actually had watery eyes. The reason being, these are kids and their lives are on the lines, and it really started to hit me deep when I was watching it. They did a really good job at captivating those moments. And it was unmatched animation. I have to go back and watch Dragon Ball Super's movie, Broly versus Goku and Vegeta, and see who really had the better animation. My God, this was good. Really good. But anyways, let's do a quick breakdown of what I enjoyed about the movie. And I'm going to leave you with the two major points that I thought the movie was lacking in. First of all, very simple story. UA kids are on an island. They are the heroes of the island. There is a vacancy in the world of heroes, again, because All Might has retired. They keep emphasizing that, which, on a separate note, really shows the problem with the previous Hero Society, because too much was on the shoulders of All Might. And he's gone, and then boom, massive void. And that's being felt today. There are two kids. One is a girl. I don't remember the name, so I'm just saying it is what it is. One is a girl. She does not like heroes because she is trying to protect her brother who wants to be a hero, so she talks down heroes so that he has no aspirations of being one. And there was a villain named Nine who's going around collecting quirks so that he can basically live a long time and not die, right? No, I mean, let me rephrase. He's collecting quirks to be strong, and he wants this particular boy's quirk so he cannot die. That's the gist of what we got going on in this plot. Now, every single one of these characters, another point that I enjoy, are absolutely pushed to their limits. I mean, you kept hearing it throughout, plus ultra. There are some moments when I thought it was like, come on guys, really? But I'm not gonna lie, if anything is happening and you yell out, plus ultra, and prevail, you got me. It's just such a cool phrase. And it's a continuing theme of My Hero Academia. And you'll see that in the movies. They keep flashing back to some of the greatest moments and they keep building onto it. So each time someone's back's against the wall, there is these moments of All Might or some moment of something that happened before and they're like, oh, plus ultra, and they give it some, additional oomph. I really enjoyed that. Now, what I found about this movie that was also interesting is it's Midoriya's movie, but I felt like they highlighted just a little bit more Bakuga. I felt like it was really a movie showing his development as a character. Even though he is still, I don't like you guys, I just want to beat up people, he was able to work as a teammate without question. Usually it's like, I don't do that, or whatever. You gotta manipulate him to work as a team, and not at all. He'll still complain, but he's all about teamwork. And if you've been watching My Hero Academia, especially season 4, I think it's important that you've watched season 4 to watch this movie because there was a lot of takeaways or a lot of moments that connect. The development of Bakuga is definitely felt from season 4 all the way up to where we are right now. And Deku has new moves. He's flicking and air is hitting you. They just literally dropped that in the anime right before this movie came on. Anyways, I got a great grasp on Bakuga's character development without overshadowing Deku. Now, here is where my faults start happening with the movie. there's a villain named Nine, and he is a cool villain. Awesome villain, very awesome. His goal is to basically restructure the world and only the strong survive. He's a cool villain, but I did not connect with his ideology at all. Now, what makes a great superhero film is a great villain. You think about some of your greatest superhero movies, and they had a fantastic villain. 9 times out of 10, that's what makes that's what complements a very great superhero movie. I think about the Batman trilogy movies. No one talks about Batman in the Batman trilogy movies. We talk about Ra's al Ghul, we talk about Bane, we talk about Joker's performance. It's very common. Anyways, back to talk about Nine, alright? He was very contradicting of himself. He wanted to create a world where the strong survive, yet he himself is not healthy enough to survive in this world. Hence the plot of the show. He is after some type of cure, basically, because his body is dying. Not only that, his base self wasn't enough. He had to go to the League of Heroes for them to engineer his body so he can ultimately become a stronger being, and he's dying even faster. So in a world that he wants, he himself is not fit to survive that world. And he's preying on a young boy. So, I mean, I don't like that kind of villain. That's just me. I need to connect with the villain. And when they're bad, I'm like, yeah, I know you're bad, but I see what you're doing. I see what you're getting at. At least when overall, me, was giving, the reasons for why he was doing what he was doing, you felt it. You felt it, right? You're like, okay, I see it. And you talk too much. You're like, wait a second, man. You're just doing this for money and control. You want to take from the heroes and sell it right back to the heroes and be whatever, man. That's another story again. But that was my folly with Nine as a character. And here's what they could have done. Okay? They could have spent about 25% less time on these 2 kids in terms of their showtime, because it had a slow start. In my opinion, this movie had a slow start because there was too much of this kid stuff and they were saving things. And I was like, I don't need all that. Let's talk about this villain more. What are they up to and why are they doing it? That's what they should have done. They could have also, there was a Hawk superhero. He didn't really add to the story. You can comment if I'm wrong. I understood what he was doing. He was basically the story for the villains. Just cut him out in half as well. Show what happened to Nine that made him so convicted that the strong had to survive. Was he strong at some point, overwhelmingly so, and he just got sick, but he kept on to his ideology? Maybe that's what they did, but I didn't grasp that enough. They didn't slow it or pace it down for me enough. The other thing was, they had a very cool wolf-like villain as well. The second in command, so to speak. Not really second in command, but he was the muscle. And obviously he was scarred for being a monster. Show me a flashback of him being a kid and they made fun of him on the playground. I want to see that so I can be like, oh man, I feel you. That's why you want revenge. You go out there and get it. I always want the heroes to win, but I enjoy the fight. I'm not going to go into that. Anyways, also, I was disappointed with Todoroki. I always butcher names, but he's cool. Everyone likes him. But for some reason, they're really stressing that he's lacking when you compare him to Bakugo and Midoriya's improvement. Like, he's not really improving. He may be having some type of internal improvement, but physically, he's no longer a top-tier fighter as I would expect. I know that Midoriya and Bakugo are going to surpass him, but not yet. I don't know how much more seasons we got in My Hero Academia, but it's happened a little bit too soon. I'm like, when I see Hot and Cold show up, like, the fight's supposed to be over. Not even in this movie. I get it. They should have pushed him to his limits as well. But I don't know, man. I'm like, yo, what's going on here, man? Anyways, I'm gonna start wrapping up for you. So again, I already told you I disliked that they didn't spend enough time building up the villains and the why. Why? What I felt walking away from that movie is, wow, cool fight. But I love when a villain really makes you question your way of thinking. Like, leaving the movie like, wow, you know, that villain was onto something. I never thought about that. Like in Two Towers, yo, this guy was like, we need to bring back All Might. That's why I had this invention to bring you back at your full power. You are what this world needs. And like, I could connect with that. Yes, you're bad. He did something bad. He was cooperating with villains. And I'm talking about the first movie. But I didn't walk out this movie questioning life or wanting to have a serious conversation about, you know, what happened and debating. You know, there is no debating. All right. So it's funny because the Lemillion versus Overhaul fight. I felt that fight. I felt that. They were showing flashbacks of where Lemillion was coming from. I felt that. But they didn't have the animation budget of this movie. So it's just like, I don't know, man. I wasn't feeling the fight emotionally. I was just seeing a cool fight. I got their backs against the wall. Maybe more flashbacks of him and Bakuga disagreeing and seeing how I like that kind of stuff. I like that kind of story, not just cool effects. So showing them disagreeing, showing Bakuga and Deku fighting against each other in flashbacks. Now here they are fighting against this villain. Add some of the emotions, add some of the stakes. The stake was, this dude's gonna kill this island. So they didn't do bad on that. I'm just saying what I would have wanted to see. Finally, after all this build-up, what I just said, I'm not trying to say that was bad. I'm just showing you what I think could have made that fight just a little bit more. You know, took a little bit more out of me. Deku transfers his quirk, but then he didn't transfer his quirk. All for One has a mind of its own. Bakuga just, you know, he went unconscious before the transfer can happen, but no, not really. That was lazy writing. I think they should have done more to explain how he lent Bakuga his powers and made it connect with something. Something that has happened in the last 4 seasons that they can connect with. Maybe if, I can't say if they were holding hands the whole fight, that would have been odd. Give it back. I think that would have been the simplest thing that could have happened. He gives Bakuga his powers and Bakuga's like, you know what, I'm gonna be stronger than you, but I'm gonna be stronger than you all on my own. And ripped out his hair and throws it at Deku. Something like that. I'm like, okay, I got it. That would be cool. Overall, again, it's a fantastic movie. I highly recommend it. They did a very good job at taking average powers and doing teamwork and making it awesome. I mean, Gravity Girl was putting in work in this movie, so it was good. I recommend it. I had those dislikes because that's what a critical review is supposed to do, but make no mistake, I do not dislike the movie. That's just what I thought could have made it a 5. Your boy YaBoyRocklee or your boy Overhaul. Out.